If you could, take a moment just to be on your mat. Let your feet come underneath your hips and your shoulders. Let's just relax the knees for a moment and relax our shoulders a few times. Let them circle back. And then letting that go, let the head gently rotate right to left. And coming center here at soft knees, a roll to the toes. Let's try to spread our toes apart, giving each toe a bit of space for itself. Could you hold down the two big toes and let all of the other toes lift and spread? Put them down. Hold down toes 2 to 5. Lift up your respective big toes. Bring it down. Let your fingers just lightly be at the arches of your feet. They're comfortably lifted. And then press into your feet. Slowly roll up to the sky. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale tall. Exhale, knees are soft. Roll right back down to your feet. Let the head again nod loosely with a yes and a no. Let your fingers trace the outside edges of your feet and feel that your heels go straight back behind you. Bring your hands around your ankle bones and feel that your ankles are active, they're strong, they're lifted. And let those hands slide up the legs as you roll to stand again. Inhale tall. And one last time, exhaling, soft knees, easy roll down towards your feet. Head and neck loose. Shoulders relax, feet feel strong and grounded to the earth. Let yourself stay in a very soft, easy, gentle forward fold. This is an opportunity to look within this morning. There's a sense of disconnecting from the outside world or anything outside of yourself. And instead to bring your focus and awareness within you. And then pressing into the feet as you inhale, bring yourself up slowly, rolling skyward, arms to the sky, palms right into the heart, softening at the shoulders and lengthening the neck. Allow the eyes to close and to take 3 deep breaths. Bring your awareness to your heart center. Connect with yourself within your heart, that true essence of you, and greet yourself to your practice this morning. Namaste. I'll let my eyes open and my hands release, and I'll just start to step out. Right foot to center, left foot to center. And each time I step out, I really want to feel my foot land and imprint to the mat. Beautiful. Shoulders relax. I'll take my arms halfway out and in, out and in. Inhale 1, exhale 2, 3, 4. Last one. And when you come to center, big circle of the arms up, around, and back. Step out with the left foot, center, right foot, center. Again, as I'm stepping out, I really want to imprint my foot. And I'm becoming more mindful of how I step out. And again, it's 9, 8, 7, 3, 2. Here's that last one. When I come in, circle big. Right foot out, left foot out. Knees can be soft. Arms reach long. Feel strong. Grounded. 9, 8. Last one. And circle. Beautiful. Let the shoulders relax. And again, stand tall, feet under hips. Allow the knees to soften and straighten. Now, tailbone, drawing back to straighten. Tailbone back. I try not to bring my chest forward. I want to think about keeping my breastbone rising. Maybe imagine a little balloon attached to it that brings it skyward or keeps it lifted. Again, 9, 8. And as you're working, just let it be easy on the joints. That's ankles, knees, and hips. And can you start to really engage the front thigh? And as you come up, inhale tall. Exhale, palms hard. And again, maybe this time focus on the rear thigh. Really feel that you activate those muscles, tightening up to the buttock each time you rise up. 5, 4, 1. Inhale tall. As you exhale, one last time, chair to mountain. Feel that the weight goes deeper to the heels and then returns to the whole foot. So maybe toes could lift, but toes are down. Last 4 and 3, 2. Beautiful. Last one. When you come up, inhale tall. As you exhale, float down. Now keep this next one small. Could you lift your heels? Float down. Lift your heels. Float down. Arms 9. Beautiful. Now my arms move in front of me, but I try to keep my body just straight up and down in its space. I'm lifting my heels, lowering them. Last one. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them down. Let's repeat 9 times. Up, down. And it can be a very small lift of the heels. This time when you come up, hold and balance. And float. Inhale up. Exhale down. Here's your final time. Lift, lower. Again, very slow, very mindful, focused on you. The heels could lift a very small distance. It's about finding balance in the moment. Last 4. Rise up and hold and balance. As you're here, thigh muscles are active. Buttock. Let the navel lift inward and upward. And float down. Inhale tall. My right arm goes forward, left arm goes back. Rotate. Beautiful. Inhale up. Left forward, right back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. And gently come center and float out the arms. I'll just dip to one side and the other side. Let this be just light and easy through your trunk. And coming center, inhale up again. Right arm forward, left arm back. Exhale, rotate. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Beautiful. Come center, inhale tall, exhale, float the arms. And again, just very small, dipping side to side. And when you come center, it's a final time. Inhale, right forward, left back. Exhale, inhale. When you inhale up, exhale, float the arms and take it very light and easy, dipping side to side. Let the shoulders be relaxed, comfortable on the feet. And again, really grounded into the feet. When you come to center, stand in mountain pose, Tadasana. Arms like a letter A, active through the thigh muscles, buttock. Navel draws inward and upward. There's a sense of activating the pelvic floor. Breathe and hold. Palms to heart, take a breath. Uttanasana chair. More weights in the heel, the toes could even lift. Draw back with the tailbone, lift up with the breastbone. As you press into your feet, inhale, rise tall. Exhale, float out through the arms. They'll come halfway forward. Again, please make it small. Let your heels rise. Breathe and hold in balance. Beautiful. Float down. Inhale the arms skyward. Crescent moon lifting up and over your mountain. Inhale, rising. Exhale. Think about lengthening and think about the beautiful shape of a small crescent up in the sky. Last one. Beautiful. As you inhale to rise up, exhale, float the arms. Let the left arm come behind your back. Right arm reaches out just once, lengthen. Rotate to the left, but please breathe and hold. As you stay here, can you feel yourself breathing into the right side lungs, feeling the ribs move? And as you inhale, let yourself open. Change the arms. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go into your right. Again, we're holding. And can you find the breath into the left side lungs and ribs? And as you inhale, unwind, I'll let my hands come to my thighs, soft at the knees, lengthen and fold halfway forward. And just think about stretching. Imagine that you're just creating some breath or stretch across the back of the hips. You're also able to keep your navel drawn into you, your pubic bones drawn into you, and it's part of the long line, pubic bone to breastbone. Deep breath, and as you exhale, fold all the way down to your toes. Please let the head and neck and shoulders be relaxed. I could have hands on blocks or fingertips to the floor, but I'll slowly bend my knees, lower my hips, coming into a little leapfrog-like squat position. I just want to stretch my toes and feet, and then put down those heels slowly as you straighten. Again, inhale, bending down. My toes are getting a good stretch. When I exhale, I pull back my heels as I straighten. One last time, bending at the knees, inhaling, and then exhaling. I'm going to stay in a forward fold, so please be comfortable. Know that soft knees may be the pose that speaks to you this morning. Whatever you have happening, remember you have a good imprint for all of your toes and your two heels. Your trunk feels long, and your hands will grab hold of their opposite elbows with the head hanging between the arms. Uttanasana, still and quiet. Relax the arms, ground your feet, and please soften at the knees. Roll yourself up to the sky as you inhale at the top. Nice long lengthening stretch. My fingers interlace, invert. Knees are soft. Tilt back with the tailbone, up with the breastbone, gazing towards the stars. Again, I want to be cautious on my feet. Feel the outer edges of the feet. Feel the foot in a firm imprint as you lengthen towards the sky. And as you inhale, lengthen to stretch upward and then gently let go. I'm going to take my feet apart and my feet are parallel. And then again, my knees come soft. I'll tilt back my hips. I'm just about halfway forward. And again, at first, just feel the breath across the hips, pubic bones into you, navel's into you, breastbones into you. My chin stays in too. I'm not letting my head push forward. Easy breath. And as we exhale, lengthen and fold to the floor. So my right foot straight forward to the wall in front of it, left foot straight forward. I'm going to come over towards my right foot and just kind of be with it. Hold down all of its toes. Give them space. Maybe let them spread a little bit. Feel the outer edge of the foot, the arch is lifted. Keeping the right hand towards that right leg. Could you bend the right knee so it tracks straight ahead over the toes? And then straighten it. And bend the knee 1 and straighten it 2. Bend the knee 3 and straighten it 4. Just my right knee's bending. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I'm going to bend that right knee for a moment. Take both hands over to the right foot, rights to the outside, lefts to the inside. Maybe you'd like to hold on at the ankle, but could you straighten the leg and keep your chest towards that right leg? Now, again, be in the pose that speaks to you, because what speaks to me is to keep my right knee a little soft. Turn the right foot out, toes are going towards the corner of the mat. Light, easy lunge, right knee, and straighten. Lunging 1 and straightening 2. I'm going to hold the bent knee. I have 2 hands, right hands to the right of my pinky toe, left hands on the other side of my big toe. And I'm just going to hold here a moment. I'm going to try to lower my right thigh bone as parallel to the floor as I can. And I've just about gotten the best that I could do right at this moment. And then let the leg straighten, bring the foot to neutral. Let's walk over to the left foot. And again, we want to make certain that those left toes are going to stay straight ahead. Let's play with the foot a little bit. Give each toe some space. Outer edge, arch. Here we go. My left hand's toward my left leg to keep my left knee aligned to my toes as I bend it and straighten it. Easy 9 and 8, bending 7. And I'm going to bend that knee and hold a few moments. And then straighten that leg. I'll take both hands over. I have my left hand to the outside of my left foot, right hand's on the inside. I'm just going to hold here a few moments. Again, I need a soft knee to really be comfortable in the pose today. And then I'll change and let my left foot turn out. And here I go. Light lunge and a straighten and a light lunge. Again, just be in your body just as it is today. Find a way of moving with ease and comfort, as well as finding ways to be a little more mindful of movement. We're building some strength, some endurance, some flexibility. Let's bend the knee and hold, breathing. Then I'll let my legs straighten. My foot comes neutral. I walk into center. I might toe and heel in a time or two. Soft on the knees as we inhale to roll up. Take the arms up to the sky. And exhale to float out. I will turn out my feet. I think about having that wide stance and very gently letting my knees bend. In an so perfect body, my knees would bend all the way down and my thighs would be as parallel to the floor as they could be. But again, be in the pose that speaks to you today. One hand behind the back and then the other. Let your legs bend and then straighten. And can you find a way to straighten the legs without creating tension or strain at the kneecaps? So it's never fully straightened. Allow the knees to soften and hold. Think about where your tailbone is. Your hands are behind you. Can you feel that your pelvis slightly tilted back? Bring palms to the heart center. Let your thumbs guide you in lifting the breastbone, letting the eyes gaze upward as well. Could the arms reach tall into a sunburst? As you float out the arms, allow the legs to straighten in. Just pivot your feet in. You could toe and heel feet in or step them together. But when you're ready, have the length of the mat in front of you now. Nice, easy breath, soft knees as you roll on down to meet your toes. Excuse me, please make this comfortable for you. Let your hands find the floor. Let your knees be soft. Walk out, but lower your knees to the mat right away so you can start to work in a cat and a cow. As you inhale, you'll tilt the tailbone up to the sky. And as you exhale, you'll tuck the tailbone under. So just an easy tilting up, tucking under. But I'm going to invite us to focus on the tuck under. Each time you tuck under, can you really pull your navel deeply into you? And as you pull the navel deeply into you, can you as well feel that you activate the pelvic floor? And can it start to be that instead of you focusing on the tuck, you're really focusing on lifting the navel in and up, activating the pelvic floor, and then how lovely that tailbone comes along for the ride. Inhale 1. Exhale 2. Here's our last one. We're going to round and hold for a moment. And when you come to neutral, relax down into a child's pose. Let the feet be relaxed and the hands can stack. Rest your forehead as you breathe and hold. When you inhale, come up. We're going to cat and cow again, but know that there's a choice and it can affect how intense this would be. And I could keep my knees down on the floor to cat and cow, or I could curl my toes under and lift off my knees and shins. But inhale, tilting up. Exhale, pull and tuck under. Inhale and exhale. If I keep my shins suspended from the floor, it's going to be more work into my arms and a lot of work into my thighs and hips. Please, again, make the choice that works for you today. Let's make this the final one. As you come to neutral, if you had shins lifted, let them float, relax the feet, child's pose. And then slowly come up. And so again, I can work a cat and a cow with both feet, knees and feet to the floor and both hands to the floor. Or again, I could let this become a little bit more right arm out, left leg out. Inhale, let the arm lift, the leg lift slightly the breastbone, and then exhale, pull elbow to meet opposite knee. Inhale 1 and exhale. Inhale 2. If you can, feel that you pull in the navel. You activate the pelvic floor. Let the activation of the muscle be what's really supporting you in moving these bones, especially now we have the large bone of the thigh moving through space. Here's my final one. When I come back, I'm going to put down my right hand and just let my left leg be long and back behind me. I'll put the toes down for a moment, try to activate that left thigh. And can the right leg go back? And we have a plank. Navel draws inward, upward. Feel your pelvic floor is active. Relax the knees, child's pose. Inhale, come on up, and here's the same thing, but on the other side. Remember, work with the pose that speaks with you today. You could simply cat and cow in neutral, or left arm out, right leg out. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, tuck in and round. I'm counting through 9, but you could always work with fewer repetitions. Again, think about the practice being yours and finding ways to get a little stronger. Noticing that as you activate the muscle, so that's the navel drawing in, that's activating the abdominal muscles, activating the pelvic floor muscles, you can create the movement. You can make it more effortless, more mindful. Last one. Inhale, reach out for a moment. I'm going to bring down my one hand. I'm going to have that right leg back behind me, nice and strong, toes on the floor. Make the thigh muscle active. The abdominal wall holds in. Second leg back. And then relax the knees into a child's pose. Slowly come back up, hands and knees. Strong on the hands, left knee's going to bend, and I'm holding it up to the sky. And I'm going to flex that left foot and let that heel pulse upward a few times. Can I find balance across my hands so it feels as if both of them are even to the floor? And then let that left knee relax a bit and make a small circle with it. And reverse the circle. I'm going to let my left knee come neutral, let it open left and come center, open left. And then just one more. And when I bring it in, I'll relax hips to feet and let the arms lengthen forward. I just want to stimulate my buttock muscles a little bit to be able to support me here. I'm coming back up to hands and knees. Right knee, right foot, gentle pulse. Beautiful. And then small circle with the knee. And then let the knee reverse. And then slowly and easily, right knee lifts right. Right. And when I bring it in, I'll relax hips to feet. Now let my arms lengthen to the top of my mat. And here I'll start to think about how I can lengthen my arms with ease. I'm really lengthening up my right hand from behind my heart. Inside of the right shoulders relax. I can feel my pinky finger on the floor and let the other fingers lift up for a moment and then put them all down. Left arm's lengthening up from behind the heart, inside shoulders soft. Beyond your pinky finger, let the other 4 digits just come off a moment and then put them down. And as you inhale, find your navel, and let it lift you up and bring you back to hands and knees. I'm putting my right foot behind me, toes on the floor. I'm going to push my heel towards the floor and relax it. Push the heel towards the floor. Beautiful. So here I'm really focusing on pulling the heel back and down. Now my heel is not going to go all the way down, but I'm thinking back and down. And here's my last one. Back and down. And then relax. Left foot back, toes curl. Please go slowly, back and down, and release a bit, back and down, and release a bit, back and down. Again, really stay with your toes, feel that nice stretch for them, and just hold a moment on this last one. Think that your heel drew back and down. Come in with the knees, curl your toes under, lift your knees and your shins. 2 things, draw on the navel to bring you up, 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 up towards that downward dog. And now the second, pull your heels back and down. Downward facing dog. And then relax, knees come down. So again, this is just for your foot. And I could use a block just to make it a little more comfortable for myself. I'm going to put my right foot on the floor. I didn't describe it as a lunge. I just put my right foot on the floor. Only my right big toe lifts up and down and up and down. Let's go with 20 today, 19, 18. If you don't need to hold down 2 to 5, don't. And try to lengthen the head and neck. 8, 7, 6, 4. And then hold down the big toe, lift up 2 to 5, and just 10 times, and 9 times, and 8. Neck is comfortable. I'm going to lift up all my toes and try to wiggle them. And then I'll spread them apart widely and put the toes down. I'll lift up my heel. So I press up onto the ball of my foot. And I really think about wearing a high heel, a high stiletto heel. And the heel's going to move back and down. Changing feet. Left foot. And again, just comfortable. It doesn't have to be a big lunge. Just the big toe up and down. If you hold down 2 to 5, great. If you don't need to, great. And it's 20. And hold down the big toe, 2 to 5 lift. And again, if you can work without the hold, great. 10, 9, 8. And I'll put it down. Let's be relaxed in the neck. Here I go with my foot. Lift up the toes and wiggle first. And then bring the toes down, and I'm lifting up my heel. And I try to put on the highest stiletto heel I could. And here in the club, hopefully people can really see me. At home, listening to my words. My heel goes back, 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 and then down. If my foot were 10 inches long in the first place, I tried to make it 10.5 inches long. Here we go. Back, hands, knees, curl the toes, lift the shins. Everybody ready. First in the navel. Pull the navel in and up to bring your hips up. And now the hips go back. The heels go back. The heels have come down. Shin bones pull back. Thigh bones drop back. Nice and long through your trunk. Downward facing dog. And just be mindful. Does anything feel differently from the first time you did it? If I'm going to balance, I want to stay even in my hands, even at my hips. I'm going to keep my right foot down. Could we just lift the left foot a few inches from the floor and stay balanced? To the right heel, lift up high, 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 high. Pull the right heel back and down. Let's bend that left knee. Can you lift the left knee higher? Can you open the left knee and then let that left leg extend back and up? Nice long lengthening stretch. Left foot comes in, knees come down, child's pose, let it all go. Breathe for a moment. And then inhale, coming up, hands and knees. So again, curl the feet, lift the shins. Inhale. Exhale, pull up with the navel to lift up your hips. Start to draw the hips back, the heels back, and then the heels come down. We're trying to stay even and balanced across the hands and mindful through our feet. Be on the left foot. Could you lift off the right foot? And you let the left heel lift up, 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 up. What's the focus? Heel pulls back and down. Could the right knee bend, lift higher, open, and extend the leg as you breathe and hold. Right leg in, knees come down, child's pose, and let that go. Beautiful. Taking your time as you come up and out, come to lie down on the tummy, lengthen and stretch the legs back long. And then when you're ready, hands under your shoulders, palms to the floor, elbows snug to your frame. Drop the pubic bone to the mat. Let the breastbone start to rise and gently prop up to your forearms. Sphinx pose. Take an easy breath here. Can you lengthen the trunk and lower it back to the floor? Let your hands relax. They'll come down by your hips. Can you turn your head to one side and relax, release, and let go? And as you're here, just really breathe deeply. And whatever side you've turned your head, imagine that you can breathe into the opposite side lungs. So if I've turned my head right, can you really breathe to the left side of your trunk or lungs? And then let the head turn in the other direction. Same thing. Can you take a deep breath and feel that you breathe to its opposite lung? And as I'm here, I'm starting to imagine that my rib cage has its space, it has a structure. It looks a little bit like a barrel. And that I could imagine a balloon inside that barrel that as I inhale would slightly inflate, and it would just cause the barrel to expand a little bit. And when I exhale, the barrel will release back. But the inhalation, again, like a little balloon that would cause me to inflate a little bit, and then exhale to come back. Could you bring your head to center, but stack your palms so that your forehead rests to your hands? And could you think about breathing into your back lungs and ribs? So really feel the back lungs and ribs expanding, again, as if that little balloon inflated them upward to the sky. And then as you exhale, they soften towards the floor. And now, because your ribs are going to be against the floor, you'll really notice this. Imagine the little balloon inflating the ribs towards the ground. And again, keep breathing. Imagine the balloon that widens the ribs right to left. And if you can, that balloon that causes the ribs to lift towards the sky. So knowing that the breath can create a buoyancy in the rib cage. Very slowly let the right knee bend. And if I need to reach for a strap, I would, but I want to draw my right heel to my buttock, and I'll let my right hand come back and hold. And I let that be as comfortable as it can be. Think about the right thigh bone long. You might contract the buttock for a moment and then relax it. Let the left arm reach out in front of you. So again, let's go with those very buoyant lungs, creating that movement in the rib cage when you're ready. Inhale, and can that breath into the ribs help to bring up the head and the shoulders a bit. I'm going to press to my left hand, and I have choices. I can stay right here and breathe deeply, focusing more lungs and ribs. I could balance lifting off left foot and left arm if I wish. And when you're ready, soften, float, and come back down. Let your legs shake out a little bit. Hips could shift a little bit right to left. And when you're ready, bend up the left knee. Same thing. If you need to get a strap, take your time, do so. And once we're all in place, just contract the buttock for a moment and relax it. Let the right arm go out in front of you. And remember, it's completely about working with the pose that speaks with you today. When you inhale, let the lungs fill with breath and let the head and shoulders just lightly lift. I could focus more in the breathing, or I could go to balance with right arm and right leg lifted. Please choose and hold. As you exhale, let's release and float back to the floor. You could shift a little bit. Take it easily for you, but roll onto your back. I'm going to have a strap with me. Big toe pose. Please be comfortable for yourself as you're getting into place. I'm going to strap up my right foot and let myself come back down to the mat. So as you get comfortable here, first of all, notice where your tailbone is. Could you think about it just being nice and neutral and going straight ahead? Be cautious that the tailbone hasn't tilted up to the sky. You have it in a nice, comfortable location, just neutral. And as the tailbone's neutral, it helps to let the back of the buttock and the flesh of the buttock be a little more relaxed. In fact, if I'm touching my buttock, it's relaxed. It stretches into the hamstring. So as I hold, I'll engage the muscles on the front of my right thigh to help give me a little more stretch through the back of my thigh. And then relax that. Take a deep breath. Again, as you exhale, really push up through the right heel, activate the thigh muscles, and relax a little bit. One last time, inhaling. Exhale, press up through the foot, activate, activate, activate. And then just let yourself be in big toe pose. You can let the muscles be a little more relaxed. Choose, if you wish, left knee bent, foot to floor, left leg out long. Shoulders are soft and relaxed to the mat, and the head could gently shift right to left. And then when you're ready, let the right knee bend. Release the strap. Could you hold on behind the right thigh? And then think about the right thigh bone pressing into your hands and your shoulders melt from your ears. And then gently let that right leg go. And both legs could shake out a little bit. And then bend your knees with feet to floor, and you'll strap up the left foot. And again, take your time. And focus first at the tailbone. Really feel like your tailbone's going straight ahead to the wall that's in front of it. And you can feel that your buttock is just at ease. There's no tension in the muscle. You're going to hold on gently at the straps. I'm going to relax my left knee for a moment, take a breath. And when I'm ready, I'll press the sole of my foot skyward and activate those thigh muscles a bit. And then soften again. And when I exhale, I press up sole of the foot and I activate. And I soften one last time and I'm pressing up and I'm activating. And I'm going to let myself hold. So I might soften a bit, but I want to create a pose at which I can feel at ease, balanced across the hips and the shoulders. If you wish, let the right leg lengthen away from you. Gently move the knee in. And I'm going to release the strap. Hold on behind my left thigh. And think about pressing the left thigh bone into your hands. Shoulders draw away from the ears as you breathe and hold. And then slowly release the hands and let the leg go out. If you can, have both legs out. They can just shift a little bit right to left, a little bit of a release. Let your arms shake out a little bit. You could even rub the palms together for a moment as if you were cleansing the hands and palms, and then let it all go so that your body relaxes and releases to the mat. Bring your awareness down to your feet and your ankles, and if you can, think of them being heavy and really releasing them into the mat, into the floor. Take a deep breath and feel a connection to the two leg muscles between the knee and the ankle, and let them feel again heavy so that the backs of your legs soften and release to the mat. Take a deep breath into your thighs and the thigh bone. Think about the thigh bones being heavy and coming into the floor. A deep breath into the pelvic girdle. And let the weight of those muscles and bones just sink you into the mat. Deep breath into the ribs and the shoulders down through the arms, and just feel that those body parts become heavy and can sink into the mat, into the floor. And then take a deep breath in through the nose and feel the breath coming through the skull, and that the head itself becomes heavier and releases into the mat. Take a deep breath and slowly let the head turn to the right. Let it hold there for a few moments. Keeping your head to the right, can you breathe deeply into the left side of your lungs, left ribs? Maybe breathe deeply into the left shoulder and down through the left arm and hand. Let these breaths be breaths that bring you renewed energy and vitality for your day. And then let the head turn left. And again, it's into the opposite. Right ribs, right lung, right shoulders, right arms. Breathing deeply, bringing in energy for the day. Next breath, the head comes center. Let the palms come to the heart center for a moment. And take a deep breath into your heart. And as you continue to breathe, let that breath move down through the legs, maybe letting your feet point and flex. Let the knees slowly bend, putting one foot at a time to the floor in a pose of awareness. And bring the palms together at the heart. Again, to be in the heart center, to look within. And to take a few moments to be with the true essence of you. Bringing your practice to a close, celebrate you in gratitude. Namaste. I thank you very much for joining. I thank you for your patience in waiting until we got our technical issues resolved. I wish you a very lovely Sunday, and I hope to see you next time.